Hey, party people, it's Cliff. Good morning. I hope you guys are having a good day. And I just got to back out of the car here for a second. The Klingons would never make it as a spacefaring species in real life, nor would the Predators. They wouldn't be able to get off their planet. And that's because their entire culture in the world of fiction is that they fight. They are warriors. They embody conflict and destruction and besting of others. There's, of course, like lore depending, depending on whatever it is. But if we're taking it from face value, hopefully my nose of the car is coming out all right. But if we take it at face value, like the Klingons, they're a warrior caste. They're going to be raised to be fighters. They're going to be raised to be warriors, and that's all they're going to do in order to gain the approval of others and, their status and all of that. And when you fight, nothing gets built. And when nothing gets built, society doesn't happen. And when society doesn't happen, you don't have cool things like phones or cars or going to work or anything like that. So if you take a step back into, obviously the culture and the fictional culture of the Klingons or the Predators or any sort of like warrior like cast of characters is really a reflection of human anger and human conflict. But in that sense, I think the world really loves to show conflict. And in social media terms, that social media likes to give you stuff that is not normal. And when it gives you stuff that's not normal, then you're inclined to watch it because it's not normal, right? And so the whole idea is that what is the whole idea? I'm trying to concisely put this into words, right? And then I was about to blow my nose because I'm gonna sneeze. But the whole idea is that if humans were more conflict prone, if our culture was the only thing we did was fighting, then society wouldn't happen. You and I'd probably be dead. We wouldn't exist, right? Like, because my mother is from Hong Kong, my dad's from the United States. Like, I wouldn't be here. We wouldn't, humans wouldn't have built ships to cross the ocean. We wouldn't have built planes to travel around. We wouldn't have discovered farmland and like build houses and, in other words, like humans are more designed and prone to work together rather than be in conflict, because working together means that we can survive. Working together means that we can prosper. And when social media like shows you all the bad stuff around the world, yes, it's bad, but you can kind of take into effect that the thing that you're watching this on is a culmination of a whole group of people like working together to accomplish a goal, basically to give you a phone. And I think the same idea is like the Artemis moon mission. It's like, who knows how many hundreds of thousands of people are working together to build that rocket to, for those astronauts to train, to go around the moon, to take some amazing pictures that are real, by the way. All you fake moon guys. And so, just like this napkin that I'm blowing my nose into from Jersey Mike's. Like, somebody somewhere, had to cut down a tree, had to turn it into pulp or whatever it is, recycled, whatever. Ship it from one, get it out of the factory, ship it to this random location out here in North Hollywood. Also had to use the ink to print the Jersey Mike like label on it. So now you have to, think about the people who like research and develop the inks that are non-toxic, that are not going to kill you, you know. Put it on the napkin, send it off, and then, you know, buy my sandwich and go through the whole thing. So you think like all of these like little things, it's not about the big things. Social media shows you the big things, right? But it's all the little things that matter, that make life better, and we all work together in order to make something great. And from that, a lot of like, for instance, I got an email this morning from the boss, no problem, has a certain way of telling the story in the edit. Hey, cool with me. I did the edit in a way that I thought was, you know, and I thought was like great and like what we talked about. But after he saw it, it wasn't. No problem. We'll fix it. You know, that's working together, because he has knowledge, I have knowledge. We bring it both together. We lay our ideas on the table, and then we get it done. He's the boss, so I'll do it his way, and that is, you know, that's the idea. Now, some of you guys out there will be like, well, the hell with my boss. I don't want to do it his way because my way's better. And I'm like, yeah, your way is better. But in our society, or at least like the way that it's like constructed and built, is like when you build big things, you would hope, and in my case it is, you would hope that the person who is above you, or the person that is in a different field, has expertise in that other field. And you would hope that expertise, that person would understand what to tell you to do a particular job, or to you know, do particular results. And in doing that, you're able to work to the best of your ability. They're able to dictate what they think is the best for their particular part, and you know, you make the changes. In my case, the editing, you make the changes to the edit gets better, everybody wins. And you know, it's only when, and I guess like that's the basis, right? Like humans work together. Like without that, you know, without working together, without having, and I think Andy Weir said this at Comic-Con when he was promoting Project Hail Mary. And I think that's why that movie resonates with so many people, and they say it's so good. It's not just Rocky and the visuals and the storytelling, but it's essentially like, in order for a species to achieve space travel, right? Like we have, you know, close by, our neighbor at the moon. In order for a species to obtain that, you have to have compassion for. He said you have to have compassion for each other. You have to have empathy. You have to be able to willing to work together. And you're gonna have to have like a variety of expertise in all these different fields, in all these different places, in order to bring those together with cooperation to make those things work. And I think we take that for granted, right? Like, we get in our car every morning, we hit the button, we turn on, and it goes. And I'm like, I know how a car works. It's like, I don't know how this LED screen really works. Like, I don't know the layers of the, you know, or the emulsion, or the, you know, pixels. I don't know how that works, you know. I could probably look at a knob and be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what the knob does. It, you know, it does a little turn. I could probably fix it physically. But I don't know like how the little, you know, the little gears inside and like the capacitance work. I have no idea how this phone works. Like, I just hit the button and it goes. And it's all these little things that I think I keep in mind every morning, that, you know, you realize that, hey, if something like bad is happening and there's some conflict out there and there's something, you know, terrible happening, like this guy honking. I don't know why he's honking, you know? I think you take that and you be like, and you just kind of like accept, like, hey, like, that's what our society is. Like, we're working towards something, we're building something. Now, granted, you could definitely argue, like, oh, you're building all these data centers, you're building all this AI stuff, you know? You building up you know, a nose to blow my nose in the morning? Like, that's exactly what I'm doing. Let's see how I do this. It won't. That's because I mean, I remember Super Bowl, one of the Super Bowls, and the stadium lights went out, you know? You remember that one? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But the lights went out of the Super Bowl, stadium lights. Don't know what happened. Circuit breaker broke or you know, something. And Oreo, the next set of commercials, Oreo did a commercial, and it said something very clever. It said, like, you know, we'll keep the lights on for you. And they cut that commercial in literally, like, you know, a minute and a half. But the thing is that during the Super Bowl, because it's such a big, you know, event, and people, you know, and all those people spend like millions and millions of dollars on their commercials because a lot of people will see it. Oh, what's happening there? Oh, they're repaving the road. The advertisement had to go through legal, like in literally like 2 minutes. It had to go through legal. It had to go all the way up the chain to the boss of Oreo, whoever the hell that is, you know, or Nestle or whatever it is. Had to go all the way up. They had to say, sign off on this advertisement, go all the way down, put it, you know, make it, put it, you know, do it. Like, the editor had to cut it, the producer had to give the notes, they had to make sure the spelling was right, they put it on tape and broadcasted it to, like, whatever the TV station is, put it on the commercial, and it was done. Now, the only way that could happen, cooperation. The only way that could happen is people with expertise in their fields doing a job, making things go, making things work. I think there was a behind the scenes thing with the Olympics that just came out, or the Olympics just this past year in 2026, where you know, you went to the NBC offices in Connecticut, which is like the live broadcast offices, and the building is huge, the infrastructure is there, you know, there's all these people, all these announcers to bring you the Olympics from wherever country it was. I forget. I know Italy, I think, France. Like, it shows you how much I know about things. I don't know anything. I only know, like, what I know in my little small field, and I only know the top line stuff about other things, right? You know, just like this car. I know how to change the oil. I take the can of oil, I put the can, you know, I unbolt the thing and it comes out. Like, I know how to change the tire. I know how to do a little bit of mechanic stuff here and there, save some money. But I can't build this car. I think there was a really good video about what a modern human would be like going back, you know, 100 years ago or even 200 years ago. And the guy tried to build himself a toaster from scratch. And then I think that same guy or a different guy, like, tried to make his own chicken sandwich. And it's those kind of videos that you realize that all of the cool shit we have, all of the creature comforts we have, which is arguably, you could, you know, they're positive or negative. Oh, just like this poor guy in the middle of the road. What happened here? There's an accident. You don't see it, but it's right in front. Oh, and there's already a tow truck guy here. Trying to scam them. I think it's a Crown Vic. But look, even in this accident thing here, I'll actually show you guys. See, there's an accident right there. You know, poor guy. We'll put this back. But look, there's already a tow truck here. There's probably police on the way. Hopefully everyone's okay. You know, maybe they've gotten out or something. I don't know. You know, everybody's doing a thing. It must have just happened too. But, you know, hey, look, like, maybe it was a hit and run. I don't see any other cars unless it's behind the other car. But there are certain people with expertise who can deal with this, and I do not have expertise, so I gotta go. yeah, it looks like he hit something and nobody else is there, so it was a hit and run. Hopefully the guy has dash cams like I do, two in the front, like one in the front, one in the back. You know, it's unfortunate, right? Because like just in that case, and I know I'm being like very nonchalant about it, but when you're in LA, when you're in a density of people with this kind of population, you see that stuff not every day, but you see it enough to be like, you know, to be aware of it. Whereas in a small town, it would be like, you know, top of the news. And it's one of those things where, like, you know, if I helped or anything, like, that's not my skill set. I would just get in the way. And you know, I remember a long time ago there was a kid. Nobody else was around, so he dived into one of those pits where like the pipe came out on the beach, and like it was creating like a, you know, a pool of water like before it goes to the ocean. And I didn't know what was underneath it. Didn't want the kid to get sucked in or anything. So I went in there and grabbed him. I don't know who it was, but I'm like, hey kid, you can't play in here, you know? And but never told anyone. Like the kid just got up and, like, you know, hey, just, you know, gave him just a little firm talking to, and that was it. You know, so it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, definitely, I think everyone is willing to have that compassion to help out. And then maybe, like, at that point, it's like, I can't help out an accident. I have no tools. Like, I have no, you know, it's not a you know, the legal process and all that stuff. So, but anyway, I hope everyone's okay. You know, that's just life. It happens. It didn't look too bad. It looked like maybe the airbags went off or whatever. But hey, look, I'm at work right now, and you know, I hope you guys stay safe out there. I always tell you to do that. So until next time, you know, be good.